So we go into this second map. Hidden Fortress. Skywalkers. I had some excellent performances on here, including against Unknown War.
Well, yeah, they were
Considering
fairly good against them. Obviously, they weren't actually close to winning it, but they perhaps kept the score down to a level that was somewhat surprising against Unknown.
Yeah, I mean, on this style of map as well, that is a lot more impressive than you might think. Because it's a kind of map where you can just be overrun by these superstar players so easily. Unless you work really well as a unit. And have a high damage output across the board. You keep very active, very mobile on this map. Always got to be putting pressure on your opponents. There's nowhere to hide on here.
Well, there is places to hide, but it's the kind of map where if you are hiding, you're going to put added pressure on your team if you're not keeping up with the other team's damage output.
Going live then, ClanBase EuroCup 26 Skywalkers versus planB group stage match. 1-0 at the moment to planB. This is Skywalker's map hit. We're following Hypno off the start. And he survived that out, managed to get himself a shotgun and a rocket launcher. Skywalker's a 3-1 to the good. First quad will spawn after 30 seconds, remember, before the end of the minute. This could be a very powerful quad to get this first one, especially if Hypno's managed to get it with this red armor. In fact, he does get taken out. Not really sure if you've got the red there.
No, I'm
big
not
rush
sorry,
for this quad now. Who's going to make it there? Looks like it might be Sticken. Well, in fact, it is Sticken, and he did get the armor. So he's got 63 armor to his name. He's got a rocket launcher plasma shotgun. And he could do with a bit of support moving in here. Rushes in against the lightning gun of Hate Me, who just effectively gives that lightning gun away, but he did almost actually get the kill. Only 11 health for Sticken. He now wants to rush out, but he's got to be cautious here. Otherwise this quad is going to be killed so quick. Dodges the rail, skates it away as well, and that's 5 frags with that first quad. That's a big run for the first quad.
Yeah, it gives them a great start to the game, much like Alteza obviously on the previous map. And that's, you know, really what you want. You want good starts to these maps. The only thing you can say is, despite that good quad run, it's actually planB who will come away, you know, with control of the lightning gun.
Alteza needing his teammates to secure that one, moving straight out towards the red.
Well, he left them. I actually have a feeling they might have lost. Well, no, it's hard to say who's got control of that room really at the moment. Neither team can really stake a solid claim on it.
Skywalkers have moved in though. So there's the lineups against Stick and Piz, LaForge and Pagatti for Skywalkers, and for planB, Hate Me, Alteza, Zerboz and Hypno. All the megas going to planB at the moment. More of the yellows and reds though to Skywalkers. Is that going to be a focus for either team throughout the match, do you think?
3, 2.
Well, from what we've seen in Skywalker's previous games, they certainly like to make sure they've got lightning gun yellow under their control, and it's just whether or not how effective they can, how well they use it at that point. You know, if they're under too much pressure in the lightning gun room, then they're not going to be able to effectively push out, do the damage around the red. But, you know, so far I think they'll be very happy with the way they're playing.
Piz dropping down, taking a bit of fall damage. He's only got 2 health. Could be machine gunned or shot by any weapon on the map and he'd go down there. But he's managed to work his way out of that situation quite effectively. He's got himself a chunk of health. He's got himself a red armor. He's still got his shotgun to his name.
Yeah, he just needs to health up a bit because that red armor is going to be very useful, you know, for this next quad, but not without the health.
Runs straight into that lightning gun of Hate Me. Good defensive position he took up. Sticker should go down and LaForge is going to follow here. This should be a planB quad. Oh, that's a good rush by Pagatti's. Actually has good sort of human shield Zerboz had there to defend this quad, and now he's got a dives point blank range into Piz and pays a heavy price.
Yeah, that's a huge kill because the score, you know, was becoming very close then based on planB's quad setup. Good quad run would have seen them tie the game up. But as it is now, that kill from Piz is allowing Skywalkers to remain in control just about.
Yeah, and Piz does a hell of a lot of damage inside that yellow room. It means they're going to have to stack up slowly before they can really push out and take advantage of the yellow LG.
Oh yeah, certainly. I mean, there's no way that they can take this LG and then, you know, go and put pressure on the red. They're going to need it to defend that room. The room is under so much pressure.
So we're on Bugatti's point of view, in fact, to get the shotgun in hand. Moves straight out towards the red. Looks like his team have secured that. He drops right down on that red armor, so they've got very good timing to it. Although they keep losing position on this yellow, you kind of think...
Yeah, which... It must mean that no one is staying around the area Hate Me was just then, just outside the room. Unless, well, you just need someone in that corridor with a shotgun, ideally, or rocket launcher would be even better. But just to stop them coming in high, because that's all that's happening every time.
Well, it appears he did just miss out on red armor picking up Tech in, though. He had Mega to his name, though. He is eliminated by Altez's cheeky rail. And it's a one-frag game between the two. planB's control of this yellow room has been a little bit stronger, we've seen, the last few minutes. I think that is paying dividends.
Yeah, see, the area Hate Me was picking up those kills there. You know, that's what you need someone doing permanently. You know, he's overcommitted now to the red, so if there's no one on his team guarding, you know, the yellow, then it's a problem. But
yeah,
actually,
it's
quad time anyway.
It does make sense to rush out. Looks like a teammate was already there, in fact. Skywalkers might have missed the opportunity for quad again. Looks like Hate Me wanted him to wait. Serbos, but he's just taken that quad away straight away. A few seconds until the red might want to wait around there. I guess they didn't have a time on it because we saw Skywalkers do the previous one. Almost caught in the back! How stick and missed on getting the kill there!
How did his lightning gun not get the kill either? That was
what a
bizarre from both of them.
Yeah, maybe they were both lagged, and that's... Wow, that was really questionable quad play at that last shotgun. I mean, sometimes you can get lucky and just catch the shotgun shot, but probably wiser to have just backed off there with much low health. And now it's the rush to take control of this yellow, and I think both teams are sort of realising there's quite a benefit to be had by control of this yellow against either team. It's not always the case. You always get some advantage from controlling. There's a lightning gun in there, yellow armour, chunk of shards, good access to Mega and upper levels and lower levels of the map. But still, red armour, I've always thought, whoever controls that the most gets the most benefit from it. That's the key. So
teams are tied.
I'm maybe a little bit surprised they're putting so much pressure on the yellow, and yet nobody's been really able to control it until we now see Hate Me.
Yeah, and it's a good sign when one player is able to just sit in there and not need too much support. He has pushed out though, so...
Let's move back quickly.
Yeah, needs to move back before someone takes position in that room.
He's taken a lot of damage there. He's going to have to give away his weapons, and this might not work out very well, Serbos.
Yeah, what I'm surprised is when Hate Me made the push to the red armor, I'm surprised he chose to drop down, because you know his lightning gun is really good, so he could just stand up in the high position and you know shoot down onto people, shoot the spawns on the bridge.
Teams are tied.
Confiscate that freshly spawned lightning gun away from the possession of Skywalkers. Got 5 seconds until the quad. Mega was picked up by Bugatti, but all of that's waterfalled down by now. And Serbos picks out this quad. A bit of dodging, takes a bit of damage, but not enough to take him out. He's got to be cautious here. Oh, how didn't I get a kill? Eventually it does. He's got to be so careful. Machine gun bullets flying in from everywhere. He's not even looking. Oh my god, one bullet could kill him. Nobody shoots at him as they see him.
Yeah, I mean, that ambush by the forge was a nice idea. He knew he was coming that way, probably from the call of the teammate that was killed at the back yellow, but didn't get the kill.
So, built up, what, a 10 frag lead now, which is nothing on this map. I mean, that's a quad run. But we did see that planB were a lot stronger on the quads on the previous map. That's playing out on this map as well, and this definitely is a map where you get a massive advantage with the quad runs. It's not just about the frags you can pick up, which are very high count often, but also about the control of the key areas, like the lightning gun yellow room, which has been the room that whoever's controlled has been the team in the ascendancy.
Yeah, and this is far, I assume we're watching Hate Me, that's far better that time. The fact that he didn't overcommit into that red room means he's kept position on here, he's picked up frags as well. He wasn't, stood around in an area doing nothing.
Switch around to Piers, who just picked up the red armour. Yeah, the only thing about Hate Me there is that perhaps he overcommitted to too much damage, and as a result was eliminated. I mean, the weird thing was they also had 2 players in there with him, which is, I don't think, ever a great sign. I think as much as you can, you only want one person in there. because that means you're giving away red armor, so you're giving away rails, which are equally as dangerous. Whoa, LaFord somehow surviving that one. Eventually machine gunned down by Hypno. He's got about 50 odd health to his name, and Quad's just about to spawn. They got time to debate between them who gets it, and it's Cerbos on this occasion manages to bag himself a yellow. 2 quick frags for an excellent. There's the spawn. That's a really unfortunate spawn for Sticker.
Yeah, I mean, what's with those spawns? He may as well just stay down in the water there and just pick up spawn frags. Seems his luck was in.
Takes a rail shot, still going to rush it. I think he killed the guy who must have had the rail then, didn't where else he could have gone. 4 frags, 5 frags at the end of that quad run. And they're just starting to ever so slowly build a comfortable margin between the two.
Yeah, coming up to the halfway point, and they're enjoying, you know, their best spell of the game at the moment. Starting to look very good. I think this yellow armor room now has been under their control for a very long time.
Yeah, let's go back to Hate Me, who's moved right out to the midfield. In fact, he's pushing up as far as the quad area, and he was in control of the yellow, remember? So he's decided to back off here. Looks like they're trying to cycle it as much as they can, but Hate Me being the priority on it.
Yeah, well, he's got the strongest lightning gun on their team.
89%.
So it does make sense that he's the one doing this, and you know, these pushes out that he makes, they are incredibly dangerous. The only thing is, you know, as long as he stays high, the only thing he has to worry about is that...
Oh, no.
That is unfortunate.
Well,
that is some strong shotgun. You never really expect that.
I say, like, his positioning there didn't work out too well. I mean, he got just wrong-sided by the post movement of sticking there. But it really depends. If you have an exact time on the Mega, then you took the wrong side of the post. I'm really presuming he wasn't exactly sure on the second. 10 seconds to go before the quad. Sky have just moved in. This lightning gun side. I'm going to switch around. Cerbos has 50 armor to his name. Hasn't got a weapon, but, well, takes the pummel. And Sticker's managed to steal it from them before being eliminated. I think they were just trying to orchestrate who exactly should take the quad there without just grabbing it and getting out of the way of Sticker. So, good steal of the quad. The game is fairly close still. 7 frags.
Yeah, that steal was important. You know, that looked like it should have been a plan B quad, but without that quad, you know, the score has closed in considerably. 6 frags in it. But they still maintain good control of this yellow room.
Quite a few people here. Oh, Stick can run out of LG ammo, but he finishes him off with the shotgun.
Yeah, they just killed 3 people. And it looked like plan B was secure in there, but all of a sudden 3 of them died.
It's very impressive work there by Stick. I mean, he was coming from a vulnerable position, really disadvantaged in that area, and really should have come out on top of that one. Hypno really should have taken advantage of that very quickly and rushed up the stairs uphill to take over the yellow, but looks like they're going to grab the Mega instead. Or not. Good direct rocket there, Stick taking over this rail position. Hope they'll spawn soon. He's going to get rushed in a second.
There's good pressure on the red by Sky. I mean, if you don't have the lightning gun, you've got to make sure that you're not giving up the red and the rail either.
Hate Me's point of view again. And he's doing the key work really at the moment between the two teams. This is the difference. The amount of frags Hate Me's picking up inside that lightning gun yellow. He's not really been able to convert it to a frag run with the quad yet, which would be the traditional aim of that lightning gun yellow player. Stack up and get the power up. Hate Me's decided to drop off earlier than the quad, and he's paid a pretty heavy price here. It was reached a Hypno though. He's the guy with the quad damage. Up a trio of frags there. Plasma gun, machine gun combo. He does have a shotgun to work with as well. I'm not even sure he knows he has. There you go. He's learned that he has by the auto switch. 5 frags on this run. Excellent work, and this is exactly what plan B would be hoping for.
Yeah, it's a great time for a decent quad run. Give them a more sizable lead than they've enjoyed in the last 2 or 3 minutes. They are doing most things right at the moment. we've seen the pushes out with the lightning gun by Hate Me, and if they can keep that up, then while this is only a very slender advantage at the moment, they should be able to maintain it.
5 quads to 2 on the pickups, though. I mean, that tells its own story. We saw it on the previous map, the massive advantage in quad grabs that planB had, and that was only a 10 frag margin in the end. If skywalkers could just up their game on the power-up pickups, I think they'd be in prime position here on the map. Whoa.
Yeah, they do really need a good quad run to just give them solid control, even if it's only for a minute or so.
So Funny appears it's 30 seconds before the quad. There's time for another red before that. Leave it fairly tight, but it's only a small map. Get back up to the power-ups. Piz now has a rail, so he'll desperately be wanting to get into a railing position to defend that quad. In fact, he's taking a lower position there, which often is a good location to take. You see how effective that can be on these rush. There's only really 2 routes in, and they're both long-range rail target options.
He missed his rails.
Wow.
I mean, might not have made a difference, but could have done.
Well, it would have at least weakened this quad, who's looking very tanked now. Mega to his name, 150 health, 50 odd armor as well. Shotgun and lightning gun. Bugatti even misses. Wow. His just gave away a frag there, looking for a rail kill. That just wasn't good. Oh, LaForge! Great grenade.
Yeah, that might keep them in it. I mean, if he'd have continued that run, he could have still picked up 3 or 4 more frags potentially, but cut short by the grenade.
We've got 5 minutes left on this second map. We can see at the scoreboard planB are 1-0 up on the map, so they win this map, they take victory over skywalkers. If skywalkers take it, we're going to a 3rd map.
Yeah, but at the moment planB, they're still doing very effective work. Alteza and Hate Me there were defending that lightning gun brilliantly.
Yeah, you don't want to be running up that staircase against good defensive play.
No, and the problem obviously is, every unsuccessful attack that they make on lightning gun yellow means that they're going to be weak at the red armor and the rail. They're looking for those frags, they need them. There is only 4 minutes left, but I think they need to just make sure they're getting reds, rails, and just look to get a solid quad setup. So they haven't had all game.
They lost out on their last red pickup. There'll be just, 2 more before the next quad?
Yeah, I mean, we saw Hate Me was attacked again, but he's back up to 75 armor already. He's low on health, sure, but when the health comes up, he's just back in the game, and your attack has really not done much.
Still hitting a very high percentage with his lightning gun. It's actually at 38%. That is very high. He's been using it a lot. It's a 15 frag margin between the 2 teams. 10 seconds before the quad. LaForge is in defensive position at the moment, but he's rushed. planB sent 2 players in at the same time. Hate Me just baiting them in. Should be finished off by Serboz. Did a lot of damage, but couldn't get the frag. Oh my god, Hypno's got to be cautious here. Does just dodge the rockets, but Bugatti's rail takes him out, and that's just...
That is clutch, that rail. Yeah, it does. It certainly keeps the game alive. 14 frags is the difference. And again, I say it, that quad was an opportunity to put the game out of sight.
We've got 3 minutes remaining on this hidden fortress. We've only got 1 quad left. That could be the decisive power. Hate Me, again in a strong position. 75 armor. He's got a lightning gun to his name. He's in the upper area. Now look at the stack of the yellow armor. He's in 39% lightning gun now, and look, 150 ammo to utilize. He needs to get out there and use it, and that's exactly what he's doing. To support his team grabbing this red here. In fact, he's just going to basically nullify the red pickup by his opponent. He needs to back off, though. He's backing off a little bit late there.
Yeah, maybe he would have been wiser to back off, a couple of seconds earlier, because if they would have pushed him now, they will kill him. There you go. But Alteza, that's good play from him. Knew Hate Me was weak, no doubt. Knew he needed to be in position to support that room.
Good rail work, 58% there. It's got another impressive. And this bit of play here, I mean, skywalkers are going to have to do a little bit of something before the power up. Can't rely on it totally. 40 seconds before it spawns.
Yeah, I mean, even 15 frags would be very difficult to bring back, and at the moment the difference is 17.
Still going to be fairly close, 30 seconds before the quad. The guy taking a heavy shotgun, he's going to be out of the game effectively then. There he is. Sticken going down as well. Teza's shotgun work at a very important moment, because it's 15 seconds before this final quad. And if you can completely nullify any kind of stack that your opponents have built up in that time period, they're just going to be rushing in with whatever they can grab en route.
Excellent.
Wow, Piss, good shotgun work though. He's got teammates supporting him. Servos is on the quad, he's going to grab it as well. And again, good power-up play by planB.
Yeah, and that has been the difference between the two teams. That's the same as the first map, same on this map. Two maps where power-up is very significant, and they've dominated the power-ups. Skywalkers, apart from their power-up play, they've looked good. They were good on Dreadful Place. Been fine most of the time on this map. They haven't had Lightning Gun Yellow, but their red play has been very good. They've had 30 reds. It's just, the power-ups are so important.
Excellent.
It's around a 20 frag margin between the two teams. It was about 10 on the first map. Not that much between them. And it's interesting to see, of course, both teams, I think this is their first season in the EuroCup.
Yeah, it is.
So close in skill level, and they have challenged the regulars, we'll say, or at least teams with regular players in the EuroCup. So they've had some impressive displays. They've closed this frag difference in a little bit. It's just a little bit too little, too late here, with only a few seconds left. Skywalkers, are they even going to hit 200? They're not.
Blue wins.
One of their players even quitting. 8-2 on the quad grabs.